Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. So good to be able to connect with you again. Hope you all are ready for another great story. We have a story today called Bear Feels Sick. Take a look at that. Ooh, Bear does not look like he feels well, does he? Give me a thumbs up if you've ever been sick. Yep. I think we all would be putting our thumbs up. We've all had times where we didn't feel well and we felt sick. So today, let's find out what happens when Bear feels sick. I love this story, boys and girls, and I love the pictures. So I want you to take a look at these pretty pictures in this story today. Alone in his cave, as the autumn wind blows, Bear feels achy with a stuffed up nose. He tosses and he turns, all huddled in a heap. Bear feels tired, but he just can't sleep. He sniffs and he sneezes. He whiffs and he wheezes. And the Bear feels sick. Can everybody sneeze? Let me hear you. You say, achoo. His friends gather round. Come out, Bear, and play. Bear shakes his head. I'm too sick today. Mouse mutters, oh my, Bear's head is too hot. Hare says, we will help. Here's a warm, cozy spot. Isn't that nice how his friends are helping him when he feels sick? Bear mumbles and he moans. He grumbles and he groans. And he feels sick. Mouse squeezes Bear tight. He whispers in his ear, it'll be just fine. Your friends are all here. Badger fetches water. Gopher cooks the broth, while Mole soothes Bear with a cool, wet cloth. They cover Bear up, and he drinks from a cup. But he still feels sick. Raven says, caw, come along, Owl and Wren. Let us go gather herbs to bring back to the den. They coax Bear to sip just a smidgen of tea. You'll feel better soon, says Mouse. Wait and see. Bear shakes and he shivers. He coughs and he quivers. And he still feels sick. The friends fuss and fret. The friends cook and care. They keep a close eye on their poor, sick Bear. They all talk in whispers. They walk on tippy toes. They sing lullabies. Then the Bear starts to doze. They watch Bear for hours. We've done all we could. Then the Bear wakes up. Can you wake up like a bear would wake up? Ooh, can you stretch and wake up, boys and girls? And the bear feels good. a big smile on your face like Bear would. He's feeling better. Bear cries, I'm all better. I'm feeling like new. I'm not hot and achy. It's all thanks to you. Let's celebrate now. Let's go out and play. Let's jump in the leaves. Let's frolic all day. Boy, he does feel better. Then Mouse starts to wheeze, and Hare starts to sneeze. And the friends feel sick. Bear murmurs, don't worry, and tucks them in bed. He bundles them up, and he kisses each head. He tells all his friends, you'll soon feel like new. You took care of me. Now I'll take care of you. Isn't that a great story, boys and girls? Friends helping friends. Bear was sick. His friends helped him. And now his friends are sick. And Bear is stepping in. What a great friend, boys and girls. I want to be a friend like that to others, don't you? Help each other out. Cheer them up when they're not feeling well. Can you think of a friend in your head? Think of somebody maybe from our class, maybe from your neighborhood. A friend that when you see them, you can cheer them up. Give them a big hello, a big wave. Maybe you can draw them a picture. That's always a fun way to let our friends know that we think about them and that we miss them. Today, I want to remind you of the verse that we talked about yesterday, and it's about a friend, boys and girls. Remember, it was found in Proverbs 18:24. It's a verse that we've already learned, but it talks about there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And boys and girls, who was that friend? Yes, you should be shouting, Jesus! Jesus is our friend. Again, we don't see him like we see our friends, and I can see you and you can see me, but Jesus is always there. He's our friend. He will listen to us, and he loves us. So don't forget that as you're going through your day, boys and girls, how much Jesus loves you. Mrs. Paris loves you, and Jesus loves you very much. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're continuing to work on handwriting, boys and girls, every day. Today it does look like we have some coloring on your handwriting paper 127 and 128. Go ahead and find that paper. You should be finishing up quite a few papers in your packet. Make sure you take all those papers that you have finished and put them right back in that brown envelope that I had sent them home in. And on Friday, we are going to have Mom or Dad drop those off so that I'll get all the papers that you've done, all the work that you've done, colored, your handwriting, and then I'll be sending home some more papers. I also mentioned to Mom and Dad that you can keep your reader. You should have a nice little stack of readers at home from the very beginning. And I'll be sending another new reader, but those readers are super helpful for extra practice. So keep those. If you need to mark the vowels, that's okay, but keep those readers and use those to practice reading. Maybe you can read to Mom and Dad, brother, sister, find a stuffed animal. It'd be fun. Maybe Mom and Dad could even videotape you just for practice reading. It's always fun to hear ourselves read and then play it back and listen to it. So Mom and Dad, that would be a fun thing to do just to kind of change up the reading. All right, so you should have this paper. And we see a cute little dog on the front there. Looks like a nice spring flowers, but uh-oh. If you can take a look at that. Uh-oh, is he going to get in some trouble there? What's he doing? Yeah, he's kind of making a mess with the flowers. I know that wouldn't make me too happy if Maggie got out there and started digging around in my flowers. So look at that. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to look at row 1. This is a letter that we've learned before. Boys and girls, what is that letter? Yes, you should be saying D, capital D and lowercase d. We want to be super careful that we don't get those lowercase d's confused with the lowercase b. Mom and Dad, sometimes those are letters we need to take a double look at. Make sure they don't get confused. Remember, kindergarten, B's have what? Yep, you should be saying B's have bellies and D's don't. So a good way to remember a B and a D. But this is a letter D. Can you think of a word that starts with D? D, D, D. That's probably a good clue right there. Dog, door. Very good. And move on to row 2. After you trace, be sure, I almost forgot. I bet you guys didn't forget. First and last name at the top. Again, we have a house. We always put our first and last name. I can't wait to see your handwriting and make sure that you're using your spacing and doing your best handwriting. Make sure your D's capital and lowercase. Again, trace the gray on row 1. And then we're ready for row 2. We're going to start off with a tricky word. Again, like we've been doing, boys and girls, a little extra practice reading and sounding out words. We've got us a tricky word right here. What is that word, everybody? Yes, you should be saying the. And then there's that lowercase d we just talked about with short O. D-og. Dog. Good. Keep reading with me. Now, we got to be careful. Another lowercase d, and we might see that G and think, oh, it's the same word. But boys and girls, super important that we remember when we look at words, we look at the beginning letter, the middle, and the end letter. We look at all the letters. We don't want to just guess and say, oh, must be dog again. It's got a short U, D. Short U, ug, Doug. So be super careful. Dog has a short O, D-ug, short U. All right, another tricky word, 2 vowels go walking, D-eep. Remember, 2 E's, 1 long E sound, and then a magic E word at the end. My goodness, your brain is all over the place on this row. Short vowels, magic, tricky words, magic E. Remember that H sound? Long O. Magic E makes that O say its name, whole. All right, so hopefully you were reading those with me. And then let's go back and read it a little quicker after we've sounded it out. That's good practice. The, d-og, d-ug. Wow, super careful there. A deep hole. Hole. That's what our dog is doing there. Not a good idea to dig up those flowers, but he is making a mess with the digging up the flowers. Tracing gray, writing. And again, boys and girls, what's that mark at the end? I should hear your whisper voice. Period. Now say it a little louder. Period. It goes at the end of a sentence when they're telling us something. Remember, they're telling us the dog dug a deep hole. All right, and we're going on to row 4. You can work on these neatly, finger space, handwriting lines. Again, another D word. This is a boy's name, and it's got a capital D, but also it's the beginning of the sentence. So the beginning of a sentence capital, and it's a boy's name. Duh, magic E makes that A say its name. Dave. Another D. We're getting a lot of practice with D on this page. Duh, duh, duh. Short I, I, D. 2 D's. Make sure you're looking at that carefully. Short O, ought, not. Magic E, long I. The magic E makes the I say its name. And then short I, it. We've done that word a lot. Dave did not like it. And boy, look at that mark at the end. What's that called? Sometimes we say excitement mark, exclamation mark. Both of those are fine. That is what we see at the end of a sentence. Remember when there's a little more excitement or surprise. I don't think Dave liked this, so I would read that. Dave did not like it. He doesn't like that dog digging up those flowers. I don't think I'd like that either. So make sure at the end of the sentence, exclamation point. All right, again, first and last name, finger space. Anytime we have a house, first and last name. Tracing the gray, writing D, the sentence. And again, good practice for short vowels, magic E. All right, and again, fun coloring on this today. You can color the dog whatever you want. On the back, Going to continue reading. We got some more coloring. This time we got a different animal. What animal is that? Yes, you should be saying a pig. And what's that pig sound again? Oink, oink. Yep. Nice and loud. Nice and soft. Yes, we read a story yesterday about a pig and a party. This time it doesn't look like the pig's having a party though, boys and girls. We look at this picture and we can see the pig is on a farm. And we're going to find out where he is. So again, row 1 starts with a tricky word, also capital. It is a letter A, but when we read it as a word, we read it makes a short U sound. At, short A word. Pig. Is, in, pen. Make sure that's an E, pen. That's what that's called, the fence around the pig, like on a farm. A pen, all right? So make sure you read that. A lot of little words in that sentence, but words you should be able to read that one pretty quickly. A fat pig is in a pen. And of course, there's that period at the end. All right, I'll let you trace and write, and I'll go ahead and finish up with row 3. We're going to find out the girl's name in our story. Again, people's name always have a capital, but it's also at the beginning of the sentence. Jan. We see that name a lot, boys and girls. You should be able to read that quickly. Will. 2 L's, remember, 1 sound. Magic E, or I'm sorry, not magic E, 2 E's. Eed. There's another D, just like we had in the other side of the paper. D. Tricky word. Can you say it? The. And then pig. And periods at the end of both those sentences. All right. So, great job listening to our story today about Bear Feels Sick. Keep thinking of that friend. And always be a good friend to others. And remember how Jesus is always our friend too. Work on your handwriting, and then when we come back, we'll work some more on our letter sounds. All right? Do your best work.